We have a message here from Spirit regarding our twin flame or our romantic connections. Um, in some cases, this may be a karmic connection, but the message is essentially that there has been a breaking down of the illusions and the concepts of what was once your idea of who this person was or what they meant to your life. You've recently found yourself more comfortable and confident in expressing the reality of the situation, not just to yourself, but um, to the person directly, to that, if you are not in contact, to that counterpart through the astral plane, realizing that the concept of being connected with this person has nothing at all to do with their actions or their thought choices as much as it has to do with your own, as much as it has to do with learning to love yourself. And while sometimes those people can be a reflection of how you feel about yourself and help you recognize the parts of the self that need healing and the parts of the self that are already perfect and worthy of love as they are, including those parts that need healing. The point is not for them to do the work. The point is for you to do the work. And so I'm getting a sense that there is a need for some separation or some perfect um, division of the two energies just for a short period of time in order for those two counterparts to work out their roles in this. So we have a little bit more of a creation of a more wholeness, more completion, more understanding of the role that this relationship plays and its purpose. I'm hearing for some of you there's some travel by car that will be associated with this, whether it is for you personally to go out on a discovery or whether that involves your meeting with this counterpart in order to have a discussion. Um, I'm also seeing that there is a sense of some distance that involves this may be for some that are in long distance connections or those people maybe travel for work. But these connections are becoming more realized and fully fleshed out in a very realistic sense. And that is the message that Spirit wants to convey to you today about those relationships. Many of us on our healing journey discover a honing of our senses. We start to realize that there are senses that are far more powerful and far more useful than the ones that we've grown up learning and understanding how to use. So during this journey, we become so much more in tune with the self that we start to realize that there are little nudges and signs and synchronicities that we become very aware of. This healing journey opens up our sense of clairvoyance or clairaudience, clairsentience, depending on which skill you are more in tune with is the one that you become most comfortable with using initially. Eventually, most people do develop a sense of at least a little bit of being able to use all of these different facets. But for now, you're just becoming aware of the fact that there is some kind of knowing, there is some kind of communication from these other higher realms that you were not previously conscious of. These are communications that are coming from energy sources that are not in this earthly physical realm. Initially, it is kind of scary. It's kind of overwhelming. It's kind of one of those situations where you feel as though you are unsure what to do with it or whether it has any relevance, or maybe you're going a little bit crazy. And that is to assure you here with this message that you are entirely valid in what you're feeling and experiencing. You're not alone in these experiences. There are many out here who can not only confirm and clarify how to use these senses and what these senses come from, um, but help you feel like you are in a community of those who really understand and can relate to what you're feeling and experiencing. The healing journey can be isolating. And it's during this period of time that you become very self aware. And as you gain self awareness, you start to gain more clarity in the senses and the knowledge and the messages that you're receiving. So it's at that point, when you reach that point of your healing journey, that you have to go, oh, wait a minute. I think I need some other people in my circle again. And that's when spirit is saying to you, reach out, find those people that can relate to this, communicate with them, express yourself to them, feel a part of their community, allow this to be the next stage in your healing. This is a part of your process. This is what helps you become more in tune with the self and realize that power of self love and all that comes with it. A lot of the messages that are coming through today have to do with connecting with the spiritual self, connecting uh, with awareness, with our otherworldly abilities, with our higher sense of consciousness, and reaching out to other community that have to do and can help verify and validate and clarify these abilities and skills. This particular message is for those who are still finding that there's only certain periods of time when they feel truly connected and truly at home and at ease with these particular skills that they're noticing, and they might feel a little bit like they're losing their minds. There is a sense here and a message here about needing to remove some factors of doubt, some questions of your sanity are not necessary. In fact, they can be harmful to this period of your healing. So, yes, that means that sometimes that friend that you've known for the last 15 years, if they can't fathom the idea of a higher realm or higher vibrational entities, and you've found yourself feeling as though this is something that is worth your attention, you're going to find yourself with a larger and larger gap between you and that person. You're going to find yourself being unable to relate to that person. You're going to find yourself needing to spend more time among people that can relate to what you're feeling and experiencing, because they have not closed themselves off so completely. It does sometimes result in a period where you feel as though you have lost everything that you have known. You start to realize that material things around you are less important than the connections and the bonds that you create with others. You start to feel as though there is a sense of a higher purpose that you connect with, that you feel as though is really relevant for you, is important for you to explore. And so you start removing some of these extra distractions from your life, and you start instead to focus in and hone in on those things that give you kind of spark of life that you feel very interested in and feel like exploring. If you have any questions or wish to explore any of these concepts further, please reach out. I'm more than happy to help you. This is what I'm here for. Grateful to be a part of your healing journey, and thank you for being a part of mine. Many blessings to you.